So this is the intersection of Untitled Straße and Brienner Straße in Munich. The building in front of me is the former Braunes House, the Nazi Party headquarters, or rather it's more or less on the site of, because of extensive damage that was done in the air raids in 2nd to 3rd of October, and there's another one in 1945, and then the Americans really pulled down what was there before, but that's where Hitler used to hang out when he was in town, and this was the headquarters of the Nazi Party. The Nazi Party was a Munich party, it was not a Berlin party, and even after the Nazis took power in January 1933, they didn't move their headquarters here. And all of the section around here was in fact part of the Nazi Party Braunes House complex, with lots of other buildings, many things such as even a post office and lots of canteens for all the riffraff that used to come in here. And they did this by expropriating all the properties that were around it. Indeed, this used to belong to, the building on this site was actually bought in 1876 by a British man whose name I think was Barlow or something like that, and the Nazis bought the building in 1930 from his daughter, and then they started turning it in. Having said that, they bought this, but they may not have bought all the rest of it, and they turned it into a site of cult of Nazi image. And let's just pull out a wall right in front of me there, and there's another one on the other side. These were part of the Nazi ideology to commemorate the Nazis who were killed in the putsch of the 9th of November 1923. So this was how they built up their heroes, and that's where they were commemorated. And indeed, the road here which leads into the Königsplatz, which is here around the corner, this was also paved over to make it into a marching ground for Nazis. And here, at this point down here, where we have the Königsplatz, and when on, I can't remember the date, I think it was 10th of May 1933, when they burnt the books. The book burning ceremony for Munich was done in here. So it was pretty convenient. I mean, you could come out there, have a few drinks in there in the Braunes House behind me, and then you come out here and burn a few books, and a nice bonfire, and everybody was kept happy. Of course, I mean, you should have had the bonfire in the 5th of November, when it's much more enjoyable than in May. This area here was paved over. This was the Nazi Red Square. This is where they have their military things and what have you. Now, there was something else I wanted to point out, but I can't remember what it was. It's gone. But it might come back to me, in which case I shall film it. This area was significantly damaged, and so really what you can see is either repaired or it's been done up completely. The occupying authorities after the war didn't want anything really left which remind people of Nazi days, and I'm sure the Germans didn't either. So which makes it rather inconvenient for those of us who like to go around showing these things to others these days. But we can see the two buildings today. They look very similar, didn't they? Now the buildings themselves, many of them were built by Hitler's architect Trost, and he died in 1934. But he started the work on this, and this was continued by Albert Speer and others. In fact, it was Trost who introduced Speer to Hitler. Today it's quite close to the centre of Munich. It's only one station from the one stop from the central station by metro, U-Bahn, and there we have it, Königsplatz and the Nazi zone.